Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Bae Watch. I'm some dumb American, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Mara Jane.
Hey, today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff like soldiers getting killed in training, which sad, the London bombing thing, and mums freaking out about C-section research. Yay!
Yeah, and then afterwards, we're going to have a chat about free speech, and I guess the free flow of ideas as well. We'll explain it better when we get there.
Yeah, and if you want to support the show, you can use the dollar sign at the bottom of the chat and join the conversation. And you can purchase t-shirts and mugs from our amazing store, because why wouldn't you?
Make sure you subscribe to the Bae Watch channel and follow Bae Watch on Twitter. This video is going to stay here for a little bit, and then we will archive it on the Bae Watch channel. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers over there, we'll probably start doing the Bae Watch episodes over there live. So, yeah.
Yep, and I think
stuff
that's it for housekeeping.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened this week as
we've
well. So we've got a lot to talk about.
Yes. Oh crap, why is this not opening? My news articles aren't opening.
Well, the first thing that we're going to cover
really annoying
today are a number of accidents that have happened as far as service members go. So 2 soldiers are dead, 20 service members injured in 3 training accidents. So the Army said a soldier died Thursday and 7 others were injured during special operations training in Fort Bragg in North Carolina. So, yeah.
Sorry, my thing's not opening. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I should have checked this before we went live. I suck.
You're all good. So, sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm actually a little bit sick, so if I'm a little fuzzy, that's why. Just bear with me. The injured suffered a varying degree of wounds, and it wasn't immediately clear that whether they were in any way life-threatening. So, yeah, there was a training accident and people died. That's pretty much it, but it's really sad.
And from what I've read the other day, I can't remember off the top of my head, but hopefully I'll be able to have this article open in a second. It seems that there's been or more. Well, let's be honest, I think even just one is unacceptable, but you can't always prevent everything. But there's more accidents in training than there should be, where people are getting seriously injured or killed. And
it's the first I've heard about in a while, but I know you know a little bit more about this than I do because I've been.
I know, I'm just having a mental.
It's okay. Well, while you're getting there, we can talk about the homeless man in Nashville who was killed by who was murdered by a woman, and she has now been.
Have you seen?
Well, no, not murdered. Sorry, shot. Sorry.
Yes, shot twice in the stomach, I believe.
Yep.
And she is an aspiring singer.
Yeah.
With literally the worst music video I have ever seen.
I haven't seen it, but yeah. So what happened was she had her Porsche parked somewhere, and a homeless guy came up to her and asked her to move it, and she shot him. Now, her story is that this guy was threatening people and was harassing other women, and that she shot him out of self-defense, and that she fired warning shots into him.
Because that's where you fire a warning shot.
Honestly, if you're going to go for the self-defense thing, maybe don't say warning shots. Maybe say that, like, he was a scary homeless guy and you were afraid he was going to rape you or something. Like, I don't know. It seems like if you're going to do that, at least go the whole 9 yards.
And also maybe don't say, I was in my car that was not obstructed from leaving the scene the entire time. Because she reckons that, because that's what they're saying, like she was in her car the entire time. Well, why didn't you just, The car was clearly on because of the exhaust fumes. Why not just put that foot on the accelerator and drive away if he's so scary? You don't shoot him. So I think even if they go the self-defense angle, which it looks like they are, there's a good chance she's still going to get convicted of something because she used unreasonable force based on her own story.
Yeah, exactly.
And self-defense doesn't cover excessive force, so.
Yeah, so
Now, if she'd hit him with her car, the self-defense story would still line up because he could have just jumped in front of it, but you can't shoot someone from inside your car and claim self-defense.
So it's a bit of a mess on her end. He's okay as far as I know, and so that's, I mean, at least that's good. But it seems like a really weird situation.
Yeah, it's what it is she is a spoiled little rich girl, and like she dead set is because her dad's a defense attorney and this and that, and just again you look at that music video and you're like, only daddy would pay for this because business, like no producer would be like, oh yeah, this is a good music video to make and this is a good song.
Yeah.
She's sorry, my computer just freaked out. I'm good now.
Okay.
No,
so
Equifax. Oh wait. Yeah, sorry, the multiple injuries and death things. There was 3 training accidents on separate military bases in the 1 week, like in this last week.
Okay, yeah.
Where 2 soldiers were killed and more than 2 soldiers were killed and more than 20 other service members have been injured.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of things to go wrong in a very short period of time.
Yeah, so either it's just a really, really weird, bad coincidence or something isn't right in training.
Yeah, something. So the Equifax stuff, we're not going to go over everything, but Philip DeFranco put out a video about the situation and about the different things that you can do to protect yourself and to see what's up. So that's linked in the description if you want to know about that. But yeah.
And there have been two attacks stuff this week. There was a bombing in London on this, if that's what it's called in London. Looks like someone's been arrested. A teenager was arrested by Kent police. There was a bomb that went off on the train, and I'm not 100% sure on the numbers of injured. I know that a 10-year-old boy was injured. It doesn't look like anyone died. At least 29 people injured. This was serious or life-threatening, so it looks like either the bomb wasn't, that it didn't go off properly or something. But there's been an arrest. I'm just trying to see if they've released the identity of the person. It's just an 18-year-old man from what I can see so far. We can take a stab at what is, because I think there's a good chance it will be specific and profit related. I will eat my words if that is incorrect, but no one can blame me for assuming that. I don't think.
I mean, that's my first, that's what I think it is, but.
And this is the 5th terror attack this year in Britain.
Yeah. So that's is that up from last year?
One thing, I'm not sure. However, I am a little bit confused, I guess, because you know how normally it's, we're investigating all angles and all of that stuff, because we were streaming when, or we were just about to stream the other night when this happened. And from a point where it was breaking news, it was a terrorist incident. So it was a bit just, they didn't try and be all the nothing to do with terrorism angle straight away, which they normally do. So
Yeah.
I don't know if the police are just getting over it and just like, no, fuck it, it's terrorism, or.
Well, that would make more sense because it's normally terrorism. So.
Yeah. And then in France, there was a hammer attack.
Right.
And witnesses have said that the suspect shouted, "Allahu Akbar, surprise, surprise." 2 women were assaulted about 15 minutes apart just before midday on Friday. French prosecutors say they are treating the incident as a possible terror attack, but did not rule out other motives. See, that's what I was just saying. Like, the British police were just like, no, this is terrorism. The Frenchies are like, mabes. But their injuries are not life-threatening. But yeah, some guy ran up to 2 women and hammered them.
Rude.
I know.
Did they die?
The injuries weren't life-threatening, and apparently they've already been released from hospital. So he's not even a competent terrorist.
Can't even kill somebody.
Yeah, but like, and it's not that hard to kill someone with a hammer. You just walk, but let's just be grateful that he's incompetent.
Yeah, less dead people is a good thing. So the next thing that we've got is the Daddy 05 stuff.
Yes.
So that saga has basically come to an end because they have been charged with child neglect, and they didn't plead guilty. They basically pled, you have enough stuff to say that we're guilty, so we're just going to take a punishment and get it over with. And they are both have a suspended 5-year sentence, and they are on 2 years of probation. And what that means is that if they're on probation and if they break probation, then they go to prison for 5 years. And they cannot see Cody or Emma, which are the 2 kids that everybody was super worried about, in that they can't have any contact with the 2 of them for 2 years.
Without the court's approval.
Yeah, it might be 5 years, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 years.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they fuck up and do something, because I want them to go to jail. It would be amusing to me, because I don't like them.
A lot of people are upset about it not being more. I've seen some people think it's too much, but I haven't seen much of that. We have plea deals for a reason. So I can't really be too mad about it.
And yeah, I to an extent, the fear of going to jail if they put a step wrong for the next however many years.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of stress to live under, but I'm just glad that they're getting some kind of punishment.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, we do need to remember that there are 3 other kids here, and I don't know what the go with their dad is, but I hope Heather have this. You know what? Heather knew what she was doing was wrong. I have no doubt about that. She's just a fucking evil woman. Mike, I actually genuinely think, was too stupid to realize that what he was doing was abuse. So
yeah, I can
hope is that
I can see that, because sometimes people are abusive because they're just fucking morons.
Yeah, I honestly have I'm giving Mike the benefit of the doubt here, where he genuinely thought what he was doing was okay, which that's not to excuse it, but hopefully
he's still
this
getting
has taught
punished
him.
for it anyway, so.
Yeah, so hopefully they've learned something and they will treat the other kids better as well.
Well, the other kids weren't really the targets of the abuse so much as the first two were, so much as the youngest two were.
Yeah, because and that's partly why I also think that Heather knew exactly what she was doing was wrong, because she didn't target her own children.
Yeah, because why would you?
She targeted his. Yeah. So.
You know, I just realized how weird it is that the youngest kids are not hers, but the oldest kids are.
Why?
I don't know, because that would imply that like they did a thing, or are those kids not his?
No, they're not his.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's less weird. Sorry.
Yeah, that confused me at first as well, but then I saw something about the biological dad. I'm like, oh, okay, but I don't know what the go is with him. Like, I don't know why he's not going to custody. He should.
Yeah, I don't know. That just confused me for a second. I was like, that's a very weird family dynamic. Sorry. The other thing about this is that I don't know, it's a bunch of trailer park trash. Like, what do you expect?
I know Mike is. Well, Heather's a pig in a wig, and Mike is just a dumb fuck.
Yeah,
like that's what it comes down to, I think.
But no,
yeah, but no, Cody and Emma are safe. They're not going to get abused by them anymore, and Mike and Heather are being punished. So,
yeah, good stuff. All good things. All good things.
Did we want to move on to the study thing?
Yeah, go ahead, because you know about this.
Okay. Yeah. Now, this isn't so much about the art, like the story itself. It's more about the response to it.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, researchers at the University of Melbourne have measured the cognitive performance of 5,000 Australian children who were born both vaginally and via C-section.
It's so weird to say born vaginally. Sorry, I don't know why. It's just like, I don't know, it's weird.
Probably because it's a gross word.
Yeah, and it's like as though everything else didn't. Never mind. All right, go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, and pretty much what they determined from this specific sample group, it doesn't look like they've done further research at this stage, but C-section babies have a higher level of cognitive difficulty regarding grammar and problem solving between the ages of 4 and 9. So it's, from the looks of it, it's only minor comparatively. But I think they're trying to determine whether or not stomach bacteria has an effect on cognitive stuff. So they had to determine if there's a cognitive difference in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so they've determined that about less than a third of C-section babies have these troubles, and again, only for about 5 years in their lives. After that, it kind of like they're on par with their peers.
And it's not even a conclusive study either, because it's one sample of kids, right?
Yeah, and so all they've done is also determined a correlation. They haven't determined any sort of causation yet either, so it's very, very basic, right? But because there's also evidence that shows that C-sections can have a number of negative outcomes, like high risk of ADHD, autism, and asthma. Again, not conclusive, more correlation than causation, but you know, they need to establish the correlation before they can do. Anyway, mums are freaking the fuck out. on Facebook, my God, the comments just filled with, well, my kids are brilliant, or I was a C-section birth and I'm a doctor, and why are you trying to make us mums feel guilty? It's not about you, for fuck's sake. Okay. I got into it, like, I tweeted a screenshot of this argument the other day on, obviously, Twitter, where this woman's like, well, I've got this, you know, so this study's wrong. I'm like, it isn't 100% of C-section babies. Like, your personal experience does not negate the results of this study at all. But a lot of people apparently don't understand statistics. They're not even saying a majority of C-section babies will have lifelong troubles. They're saying less than a third will have some difficulty for a 5-year span, and that's it. And thinking it's all about them and them trying to make mothers feel guilty about having a C-section. You know, how dare you try and make me feel guilty? If I didn't have one, my baby would be dead. I'm like, bitch, my kid would have been dead if I didn't have a C-section, and I'm not offended by this. It's not about me. It's not about my kids. It's about kids that are going to be born in 20 years. They can't make C-sections better if they don't do the research first. Fuck.
Well, yeah, they have to know because how do you even know, like, which one's better? How do you even, like, you have to do all that research because there might not be a difference. There might be. It might just be this one sample of kids. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
They haven't actually done conclusive research. It's just, this is what happened with these kids.
Yeah, and then there's all this, why are they wasting money funding this rubbish? Why aren't they funding cancer research or heart disease? And it's just like,
because
you can fund both.
They are.
You can fund both. I'm sorry, but just because you're offended by the results does not mean that this shouldn't be funded.
Yeah.
Saying.
For sure. Anything else you wanted to add with that?
Stop making research all about you.
So the next thing that we've got is there is a Narcos. Narcos is a Netflix show. I was going to say it's a Netflix TV show, but Netflix isn't a TV channel. So it's a Netflix original series. And they were going to do their next season on the gangs in Juarez. And one of their scouts got deaded, like riddled with bullets, deaded. So he was shot and killed on the during location scouting. He got shot and killed, which is interesting.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Yeah, they're doing season 4 is supposed to be about the origins of the cartels in Juarez, and now he's filled with bullets and dead.
So because the other 3 seasons were filmed in Colombia, so I think we can learn from this. Don't go to Mexico, go to Colombia still.
Well, it's actually funny because Juarez is right next to El Paso. Like, I posted a picture.
Oh, really?
Because we were in downtown El Paso, which is right next to the border, and I posted a picture of the border, and across the border is literally Juarez. And apparently El Paso is super safe, and Juarez is super, you're gonna die. Which is interesting that a really safe city is right next to a really scary one.
That is a bit.
And then Isaac was like, next time you're here, we're totally going to go to Juarez. And I was like, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Stay on the us side of the fence.
Yeah. But no, El Paso was nice. Juarez was scary. Yeah, but when you're driving over the freeway, like in El Paso, you can see it. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. Those
Yeah, so that was brief. But then our next minor news story is that a study came out that said don't give kids hormones to change their gender, which you're not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you're surprised, I don't know what's wrong with you, but don't have kids if you're surprised by that, because you don't need to be around.
Yes, please.
So,
so I'm just having... Yeah, it's more or less just saying that it's not good for the kiddies to shoot them up with the opposite sex's hormones.
During puberty.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. But, yeah, that's... I haven't actually seen any freak out about that at this stage,
I haven't either,
so I don't know.
I think it just happened as well.
Actually, yeah, the tweet from it is just recently, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Do we want to get into our dumbass of the week?
Yes.
I guess it's our dumb asses of the week. Basically, everybody who flipped the fuck out about PewDiePie saying the N-word. Is what we're dubbing
my thoughts on... Yeah, like, it's a word, and guess what? An insult. If, like, everyone agrees that it's a bad word, and it's an insulting word. So I guess it's a good thing he was using it as an insult then. Like, that's the point of an insult.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. I don't know.
That's just how I say it. I'm like, you insult someone to hurt them or offend them. So you want to try and pick the worst insult you can find. That's apparently a very good one.
That's totally fair. That's fair. It's just funny the way that you phrased it. Yeah, so I think the freak out's stupid. It's not the first time he's even said the word. It's not the first time that people... It's dumb. It's dumb if you give a crap. I'm sorry. But if you care, you're stupid. Love you, but you're stupid.
Yeah.
So our good news stuff, the snow leopards are no longer in danger.
This story makes me happy.
Snow leopards are no longer in danger. And they're super cute and they're super pretty. So I'm super happy that they're no longer endangered.
Of course you think they're pretty, they're white. And you're racist.
You know what, though? I actually think that white cats are prettier than regular leopards.
Black cats.
No, like solid black cats I like. I like white and black cats. I don't like the orangey shit.
Yeah, I like little tuxedo cats because they're really cute.
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, I like mixed race cats. Jinx is black. She's my token black friend. By the way.
Hey.
I actually said that in a video. I held him up and I was like, "It's my token black friend." Whatever. I'm not kidding that actually happened.
Okay. Let's just move on from the race of pets. So our other good news story is it's kind of for sad reasons, but it's kind of cool. Selena Gomez had to have a kidney transplant over the summer, and her best friend apparently was a match and donated a kidney to her, which is
cute.
Also really, really unlikely. Like, imagine, like, that would just be like you being like, I need a kidney transplant, and me getting tested, and me being a match. Like, what are the fucking odds of that? I'd give you a kidney. I'd give you a kidney. Wait, what blood type are you?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I say that not even knowing if I'm a match, because if I already knew I wasn't a match, and I'm like, I'd give you a kidney, you'd be like, well, you don't even have to, so fuck off. Like... So I don't even know. Like, we could actually be a match, which honestly though,
your kidney could kill me.
We have in common.
it would be really creepy, like in
If
a
we were
cool
the
way.
same blood
If we were the
type.
same blood type.
What is? Do you know what your blood type is?
I'm O-neg.
I don't know what my parents are. I'd have to ask.
Yeah, I haven't forgiven my parents for both being negative blood types because both of my kids were positive blood types, which meant I got to have needles. So they didn't dead. So
you know what
sucks.
though? I get blood taken like twice a year.
How do you not know your blood type?
Yeah, I don't know because it's not important. I guess I don't even know if they know what my blood type is. I'm gonna ask though. If I remember, I say that every time I go. I'm like, I'm gonna ask them what my fucking blood type is, and I never do it. But
Well, do your parents know?
they don't know what my blood type is. I don't know if they know what their blood type is.
Bad parents.
I don't know. Never needed to know.
Both of
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you do the do and get knocked up, you have to find out your blood type.
Sorry if you do the do and get
Just
knocked up.
saying.
That's cute. All right. Yeah, so that's it for news. And I guess
So, topic.
So our topic has a lot to do with free speech and the freedom to express ideas. It's kind of hard to describe what the topic is. Can you help me?
I guess based on what you're saying, what you wanted to discuss and everything, you want to discuss what if there's a point where it goes too far, like ideas go too far to be allowed, I guess.
Right. And the free speech junkie in me is like, of course not. And a lot of people agree with me. And then they're like, by the way, we should, shut down mosques and ban Islam and stuff like that. Maybe not ban Islam, but definitely shut down extremist mosques. And the free speech fundamentalist inside me is like, we can't just shut down mosques because we don't like what they're saying. Even if what they're saying is wrong and naughty.
I think for me, my idea of free speech falls heavily in line with what the Supreme Court in the US has ruled, which is fighting words are not protected speech, and incitement to violence is not protected speech.
So, like, we should kill the infidels? That kind of thing?
Well, not necessarily saying we should. Like, there's a difference saying I want the infidels dead and hey, you specifically go right now and kill the infidels.
Well, that's just it. And so where do you start drawing those lines? I guess if they're saying things like women who are not covered up should be raped. And I mean, it's not nice. It's genuinely quite rude.
Yeah. And again, it's gross. Like, these are gross ideas, but if it's someone just saying what they believe, that's different to saying, I believe that you should act on it. Like, it's different.
Sorry.
It's a fine line, and it's hard. It's fucking hard, but
well, and like I said,
I want to know what their gross ideas are, though.
And like I said last night, there's a difference between believing something awful and actually acting on it. Yeah. And I get people's fear of Islam and of Islamic ideas. It's not a misplaced fear or wariness, don't get me wrong. But you can't just start shutting down Islam because you feel like it.
No, and what I think is, I guess, instead of trying to shut down this speech, we should actually be exposing it.
I think so too. That's actually a really good point. I think that we should expose what these people believe and talk about it and dispute it rather than pretending like it's not there. I think that's more productive.
Yeah. Because as well, at the moment, there is still a massive a lot of the population wearing rose-colored glasses when it comes to Islam, and it would, I guess, if we showed more and more cases of this type of rhetoric being spewed, maybe a few more and more people would take those rose-colored glasses off, I guess. And I think trying to shut away that speech or hide that speech is only making people stay in the dark longer.
Well, and it only sends it underground and makes it.
It makes because if they have to go underground, their ideas aren't being openly challenged, which kind of can lead to extremism.
Right. And so I think that challenging their ideas is a good thing. And I don't think that we should just shut down mosques because we don't like what they're saying. As much as I hate Islam, I think the better option is to let them speak and let them be awful.
Yeah. And I want to hear as much as what they have to say as possible, because I need to know what they're thinking. Like, we can't fight something if we don't know what specifically they're saying. Like, knowledge is the best weapon.
Yeah, and unless they're actually planning to do something, unless somebody's planning to do something, unless someone's encouraging people to actually go do something, which I guess would fall under planning, then them just saying things that I find absolutely abhorrent is not enough.
Yeah. And it's really disheartening, I guess, to see a lot of people that are like hardcore or supposedly hardcore free speech fundamentalists, and then be like, oh, except for Islam. It's like, well, no, then if you don't stand for all speech, then you don't stand for any speech.
Well, and you know, your willingness to be into free speech definitely gets tested when it's something that you really don't want to hear, and something that you're really
but that's the speech you
against.
have to defend the most.
Yeah, which is why I'm left sounding like the ass and being like, maybe we should chill the fuck out on Islam. Not that we shouldn't argue against it, but on shutting it all down, that's where I have the issue. Because, you know, this is something that maybe people are not going to like, but I don't even necessarily think that YouTube should get rid of ISIS recruitment videos.
Definitely don't monetize them.
I don't think they should monetize them, but I don't think they should get rid of them.
But no, I think it could be very helpful to see what type of tactics they're using to recruit. And I think that the wider public should be aware of that, not just investigating officials.
Yeah, and I think
the public would be a greater weapon at preventing people from being recruited than a couple of bureaucrats.
That, and if they're not doing anything illegal, me not liking them doesn't change the fact that they have the right to speak.
Yeah.
As much as I'm not into it.
No,
so I think it would make
let's
more
be
sense.
honest, they gross.
So I think it would make more sense to actually talk about what they're saying and argue against it rather than shutting it down altogether. But that's just me.
You know, I think the right to speak is greater than our feelings about the words being said.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I get that. What? YouTubers
Magnificent bastard.
Music on recruitment videos could be fun. Yeah, and the other thing is that I understand that a lot of this ideology is used as a motive to conduct attacks. But on the flip side, I mean, the fact that I think that pink is the best color ever could also be used as a motive for a terrorist attack.
Yeah, let's be honest, anything
could be a motive.
Any opinion whatsoever. I've seen articles about people going stabby on someone over the stupidest things. Like, I'm pretty sure that I can't remember. I don't know if I just dreamt that this happened or if I'm just maybe confusing the topic, but I'm pretty sure like there was some sort of like attack or stabbing or something where they were arguing over what was better, like Star Trek or Star Wars. Maybe not that specifically, but something to that effect.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if someone stabbed someone over which was the better captain, Kirk or Picard. Like, people get really, really passionate about everything.
And the answer is Han Solo. So, don't kill me. What's funny is that this is like a total dick move, but I just think it's entertaining. I know what kind of ship like the Millennium Falcon is. And I like describing the ship because it's I think it's like a 1300 modified Cerulean freighter. And
I just look at it
saying that. I like saying that and then being like, it's called the Enterprise because it always gets somebody, and they're always like, oh my god, what? And you're like, no. Anyway, sorry, I'm an ass, but. Yeah, but anything can be used as a motive to shoot someone.
Yeah.
And to get stabby.
I know, and and it's really, like, it's also really disheartening. Like, it's probably a bit different where you live, but here, we actually have laws restricting speech.
Right. We don't have that.
Yeah, and that's the part of why I want to go to the US. But it's really disheartening to see that so many people now are being raised to be so closed off to opposing ideas. And I guess that's probably always been the case, that people are closed off to opposing ideas, but especially with our access to information and like the internet has like fucking just opened up so many new doors. You're exposed to so many new ideas and everything, and it should be actively promoted to an open debate, and it's not. I don't even think it is in the US for the most part, and it's sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain is like, I had something I was gonna say, and I totally lost it. God, I'm awful today. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. Do you want to leave it there? Because my head is crazy fuzzy.
Yeah, you've got broken brain syndrome today.
And I have Lords of the Night in an hour and 15 minutes. Now, what we will be doing tomorrow morning, and I will go to bed tonight.
You're not going to be delirious.
Well, I can't be to talk about Mercy Thompson. We're doing book club tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and it's going to be a Mercy Thompson book, so it's an actual book. And I'm actually having to write down all the plot points because I'm listening to it and I'm like, shit, there's actual plot and everything matters. Oh my god. So I have to write everything down.
There's multiple plots.
Yeah, because I'm like, normally I can just rattle stuff off, even with Mercy Thompson, because I got used to reading it, and now I'm like, fuck. So,
yeah, you're telling me before you're freaking out over the plot.
Yeah, but then again, me being able to actually go like point by point is also entertaining because that's when I oversimplify stuff and talk about it, and everybody seems to enjoy that, and with good reason. So hopefully I should be all good.
Very true.
All good to go tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. Sydney time. Yes. So that's what we're doing. Of course, Bae Watch will be on Bae's channel next week at 7 p.m. Eastern time. On Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Sydney time. So
Yes.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm sorry this show's short. I'm just stupid today. So, but thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Yes.